All right, what's up, everyone? This is Mike, and we're here with Crash and Burn episode 0002. Welcome. Cheers, everybody. And welcome to our second show here. Last week we did our first show, and everything was quite awesome. We were very happy with everything. We want to thank everybody that was out here. I'd like to welcome our first guest to the show this time. We have Bob and Mike from Hudson Design and Manufacturing. Welcome, guys, to the show.
What's going on, guys?
We have a lot going on today. As usual, we are not your average firearms podcast or anything. We are everything. We are awesome. So, last week we talked about a lot. We had a pretty good show. We did news. We did everything. Make sure you guys head over to our YouTube to watch live or to the Google Plus page because you can send us your questions and they'll pop up for us. So if you have any questions for Bob and Mike, get them in now and we'll make sure we have them ready for them when we get there. The chat room, I think we can see the chat on the Google Plus page as well, or we can see it pop up on YouTube. For any of you guys who know me personally, feel free to send me Facebook messages or Google Hangouts. I'm going to try to keep them up at the same time. So, as always, I have the lovely Erica Santola here with us. Hi.
Good evening. Hi.
And the effervescent Mr. Andy.
Hello, everyone. Make sure your switch to the cameras are on.
Yes, let me, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Try it again. Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
And hello.
Cool. And so, like I said, we have the Bob and Mike from Hudson Design and Manufacturing. We are going to get started here. As always, we start off with a news topic. And our first news topic tonight is brought to you by Erica. So take it away.
All right. So I found a little interesting news topic. I was trying to find something kind of interesting and different. But looks like Colorado is a first in a lot of things. And it looks like it is again. It is seeing its first camp resort for pot users. So kind of like the same thing as bring your own beer kind of thing as some maybe casinos and stuff do. So this resort is 170 acres and it's the Canna Camp. It opens July 1st in Colorado and it's the nation's first cannabis-friendly ranch resort. Now guests aren't going to be given marijuana because that violates state law, but instead the resort will allow guests to bring their own pot and use it while at the resort. In addition, but you can bring it, you know. So kind of like Turning Stone here, when you're there, you can't buy the alcohol there, but you can bring your own bottle and they'll serve it to you. So same thing there. So you can also enjoy horseshoes and hiking and yoga sessions and workshops on marijuana cultivation. So that's kind of a cool thing. I thought that was neat. You know, just kind of funny. Once again, Colorado being a first.
Do they have a 24-hour snack bar?
That is interesting. You know, it doesn't say here in this article. It just says that they are trying to bring the element of luxury and adventure and an exploratory vibe along with where visitors can enjoy safe marijuana usage in a comfortable social environment.
How do they know it's safe? Because what if I just drive down the street and pick them up?
Well, I guess I misspoke. The environment is safe.
There's no sharp corners.
Yeah, exactly. You know, everything's covered in foam. And you know, everybody's. You know, I'm assuming then that the fridges will be well stocked with food.
But isn't every single campground a pot campground in Colorado now, though? I mean, you can take it anywhere, right?
I don't know.
Andy, it sounds like this place has free Hot Pockets. You know, complimentary, and the world's largest bag of Cheetos.
I like the how to cultivate. That's kind of cool. That's a good class.
yeah, there you go. Can learn how to do all that good stuff while doing yoga and enjoying some horseshoes. So,
Sounds a lot,
yeah,
though,
just
right?
thought that was kind of funny.
I like it.
What?
I like it. Now, do you have to pay to go to this? You got to pay to go to
Oh,
this
yeah.
kind of thing?
It's like any other resort, so you're going there. It's a camp and everything, so obviously you have to pay to go there, like you would enjoy any other hotel or anything like that. It just happens that you can bring your stash with you, and obviously you're not going to get in trouble.
Hmm. So while you're roasting marshmallows, you can get lit up.
Right, right.
Oh, sweet.
Um,
So are we going to do a crash and burn,
oh,
group trip?
I guess. I mean, that's it's your call. But, oh, the rates though, they start at $3.95 per person per night.
What?
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
$3.95? I'll stick
And
with the
for
steak
that,
price.
for all of that, you are allowed to smoke on the porches on your cabin, but not inside the cabin.
So what's the point if you just visit Colorado? Aren't you allowed to just do it anywhere?
I don't know. I don't know the laws there. Okay, I barely know the
Heaven
laws in my own
forbid
state.
Cannabis
So,
camp smells like cannabis. We just don't want the cabins to smell like weed.
Right. Hey guys, pot is cool here, but whoa, this we have some really elegant furniture here. Don't get your orange fingers on it from your cheese puffs.
wouldn't want to do that.
Anything else, Erica?
That's my news story.
All right. Well, I like it. Anybody else have anything to add to that? That sounds exciting. Kind of want to go.
Kind of not want to go.
Yeah, I don't really know if I would enjoy that. I'm old, so maybe it would be fun to have like some of my younger friends go and tell me all about it.
I feel like all kinds of people would go and they would just get lost.
I would not want to be a counselor dealing with people at that camp.
So are there camp counselors that take care of you? It's like, hey, we found 3 campers in the woods again.
Babysitting 20 to 40-year-olds. Could you imagine stoned yoga though? I mean, seriously, yeah. I just keep tipping over, man.
It would just be a huge giggle fest.
Right. So we got a few of the campers back by leaving a trail of M&Ms back to his room.
Don't pet the bear.
Oh, that's good. All right, so
I thought it was good.
Let's move on here. That was cool. We are going to go right into our awesome discussion with Bob and Mike here. So, like I said before when we introed, for anybody who's just joining us, hop on the YouTubes or hop on the Google Plus and send us your questions. Somebody mentioned that it wasn't working. I don't know if I think you got to click the little Q&A button.
I thought it was good.
Listening to myself there. Hang on. That's weird. Try sending us questions for anybody who's out there. I know we got them working last week. I'm going to try and send myself a question here. I don't know if I can. It looks like the showcase is set up so we can send links.
I see I see on YouTube the comments on YouTube. You can see those live.
Yeah, I don't know if we maybe we didn't enable it. So
So if you go to YouTube and hit a comment there, we can see it.
Oh yeah. Do that either on YouTube. Somebody, Andy, you have the YouTube window up, I'm sure. I'll keep an eye on the Google Plus. So send us your questions for Mike and Bob or anything else you guys want to know. So yeah. So welcome again, guys, to the show. And company is called Hudson Design and Manufacturing. So tell us a little about how you guys got started, and we'll cut you into this.
Well, we're located out in Troy, New York, the birthplace of Uncle Sam. And what started as a simple idea for us, really, 2 years ago at SHOT Show, a bunch of us with beards were talking about how there really were no good beard combs out there. And I came home from SHOT Show and I drew up some ideas on a pizza box, and Mike had them in CAD within an hour, and we launched Kickstarter last summer that gave us more than a successful run. Definitely blew past what we expected to do, and we went from there.
That's cool. What did you guys have when you got started? Did you have an idea of what you were going to need as far as an investment, or were you planning on sort of a Kickstarter?
Well, for us, we really just did it for the fun of it. We thought it'd be cool to launch a line of beard combs and get them paid for, obviously, through the Kickstarter. At the same time, too, we were looking into getting some design licenses. So to raise a couple bucks for software, Mike and I decided to run the Kickstarter, and it took off from there.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Today,
Now, Bob, your background is in business development and marketing, and you went back for manufacturing, right? Kind of like how I did.
Yeah, pretty much the same exact way. I went back to school 2 years ago to study advanced manufacturing technology and get into CNC machining. And just like my first degree, I graduated this spring, and I'm not doing what I went to school for. So I actually just started going into the business first full time. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much anybody I mentor or speak to at the high schools. I tell people not to get really worked up over what you go to college for or whatever. You know, it's going to work itself out. I'm sure you guys are pretty much identical examples to me in that respect. Now, you guys, what schools did you guys go to?
Well, I went to RPI for my undergraduate in business management, but I originally started off in product design, and I ended up going to Hudson Valley Community College for advanced manufacturing technology.
I went to Clarkson University for my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and then I went to RPI as well for my master's in mechanical engineering. And since I've wrapped up my master's, I've been working for a large global corporation in their research division, working on developing new manufacturing processes. So I've worked on everything from jet engines to land-based turbines to solar panels to MRI machines, all types of cool next-gen manufacturing.
Mike's a smart twin.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he got it right the second time around, right? You know, you ended up at Clarkson, and then you're like, shit, man, I really should have gone to RPI.
I just want to spend more time at the good school, so you know.
Well, at least back in the day, we kicked your ass in hockey. Not so much anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our women's team is doing better than the men's team nowadays.
I'm pretty sure. I remember when I was at RPI, the women looked like more like men than we did, anyways.
Yeah, the women up at Clarkson on the team were tougher than most of the guys. That's for sure. I worked with a couple in class, and you'd have to be careful not to grab their spit bottle.
Well, tell us a little more about the combs. Tell us about the material. You guys got one you can put up in front of the camera and stuff, and you know, I'm sure everybody wants to know pricing and your availability and everything. I've got a couple. I'm lucky to have a few very special edition ones, at least I consider, from you guys, and I really appreciate that. They sit along with all basically the gifts people have given me for All-Star Tactical. So, yeah, tell our viewers a little bit about it and where they can find them.
Well, I'm holding up right now one of our latest combs that we just started producing. This is the Archer Actual. This is more for our friends that don't have beards or also want a comb that's functional for their hair. Now we're talking 12 gauge 304 stainless steel comb with a pocket clip. We've pretty much tried to design all of our products as heritage products, combs that are going to serve for generations.
Sure.
And we've definitely gotten that feedback. It's been very humbling so far through our website. All of our combs are available at brasspile.com. It's www.brasspile.com. And we've also got Danger Zone still available. That's one of the combs that we have on Kickstarter. That's a beard comb with an integrated bottle opener. And we've since temporarily retired the capitalist comb, which is one of the smaller combs that we produced that functioned also as a money clip. And we'll be bringing that back in a couple of months.
Oh, cool. I think I've got. I think you guys gave me 2 danger zones and an archer. I got to look at what I have again, but I don't think I ever got a capitalist. So I'll have you guys throw maybe the crash and
Yeah,
burn
right.
one for us.
Some of our in-progress work is we're trying to work with a local tool and die shop to develop the proper die punches in order to start producing our own clips.
Oh,
That way we'll be able to have everything made local and made in America. So that's one of our big pushes too.
yeah, for sure. I'm a big proponent of that, and obviously I can't really grow much facial hair, and I don't have a beard, but when I comb over my hipster haircut here, that's what I use.
I'm not allowed to grow a beard because of work, or I'd definitely be growing one.
One day, Andy, when you retire, we'll give you the tie-dye gold comb.
I got 7 more years.
Nice. So it looks like the products range right around $50, right? Am I accurate there?
Yep.
And that what does one get when they order one for $50?
Well, when you order one of our combs, you're getting a comb that's been handcrafted by us. We start with a laser cut blank to get the ball rolling, but anybody who works in steels knows how sharp and nasty they can be post-processing. So a lot of effort goes in on our part to profile them down, make sure that we properly sand the teeth, to make sure that you don't have any burrs that are going to catch your beard or catch your hair.
Sure.
So another one of the humbling things we've come across is we got a lot of guys who purchase our combs that are competitive beard growers. Until a few months ago, I never knew there was really such a thing. But these guys are really particular about what they use because they don't want to be ripping at their beards and ripping at their hair.
Right. Well, that's cool. I think a lot of people don't realize how much goes into it. I mean, you guys are essentially high-end custom knife makers, but not making knives. You're making these combs, and the amount of work that goes into post machining and actual deburring and everything after the fact is a lot more than I think what people realize. The other cool thing I noticed on the site is that people can order it with a monogram or some text and stuff, right?
Yeah, this is where having the Smart Twin comes in handy. Yeah, I said it, pat on the back. We have a Talasys pin stamper that allows us to offer a variety of customization to our products. So anywhere from a 4-character monogram on up to 20 characters in the Archer Actual, people can get their combs customized. So being that we're using pin stamping as a process to mark our products, you're getting a permanent mark into the comb. So there's no way in time that's going to wear off or degrade.
Right.
Yeah, they make great gifts. We've had a lot of people get them customized to give to their fathers with Father's Day coming up. So.
Now, do you guys what was I gonna say? Do you still doing the acid etching? Because I remember in the beginning you were originally doing some acid etching.
Well, so like a lot of custom knife makers out there, we started off electro etching our logos. We're finding for us as a small shop is just far too time consuming, and we're getting a lot of product waste. So by the time we get to marking the combs, we've already handled those combs through probably 6 to 8 different processes, and the marking happens towards the end. So if you mess up the marking, you're kind of screwed in your out product. So what we started doing with our combs we're producing now is we have a custom stamp that we stamp into the combs, and it gets an awesome logo definition. And again, it's definitely more permanent than the original markings that we had. Now I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll hold one up, but you can see the stamped logo there.
Yeah, I think the pictures. There's a really good picture here on the website. Let me see if I can share it.
So you could put like a Mr. Andy edition on it if they wanted it?
Yeah, we can do pretty much anything alphanumeric text-based that people want on the combs.
So
cool.
On the Archer Actual, we have a little serial number down in the corner next to our logo, but we also have the whole back spine of the comb itself that we can engrave. So a lot of people will put out personal messages with that.
Yeah, you got it, Mike. That's a good shot of it.
If I talk here, I think it'll show everybody on the YouTube or anybody that's watching. So I'll try and drag on here a little bit. You can see here the logo. Now that's a pin stamp. That's putting that in with a pin stamp.
That logo there is pressed with about 7 tons of pressure.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty cool. But it kind of gives you an idea. I think I can switch through them. This one here is the old acid etch, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and
I definitely like the new one. It looks good.
You could see if I'm zooming in right here, right? That's the pin stamp there with all the words.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll keep talking a little bit so people can see it now. Now that's very cool. I got a couple people asking me on the Facebook if you guys are going to start making custom knives and do that as far as upstate.
So one of the big perks of moving into the new shop next door is we've been working out of a space that's, gosh, I think most people in their apartment have a larger bathroom than our shop has been. So we've been doing sales out of our living room and a very, very tiny back room that we've been processing all our parts. We've pretty much tripled our space in the new shop. So we'll have enough room to be able to put in a heat treat oven and get some larger grinders.
Knife making and traditional handcrafting products is definitely our lineup. We really don't want to paint ourselves into a corner and have people assume that, oh, we're just the beard comb guys, because we definitely have a lot more ambition beyond that, especially their backgrounds. Fortunately for us, we had the opportunity to step into a business situation where we had a product that was kind of taken off the shelves. So at this point so far, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, we're sold somewhere around 1,000 combs between our different model types.
Yeah, we're up about 1,200 right now between the 3 different models.
That's incredible.
So
I mean, you guys probably didn't even expect that much.
Absolutely not. Like we were saying before, this is something we were just doing for kicks, and like for myself, it's turning into a full-time job. So part of me going into the business full-time and keeping Mike on standby part-time is it allows us the opportunity in the coming months to develop new products and to offer more than just our combs and some of the soft goods like T-shirts and patches we have available through the website right now. So you can certainly expect to see some cool stuff coming up in the next couple months.
Very cool. Now tell us a little bit about, I know you touched on it, but I don't think you explained it much. What is going on for the new shop? I know you've told me and Erica, but tell the viewers what's going on and what's coming up.
Well, one of the things we're really excited about is the fact that we have an opportunity to keep working in Troy. And conveniently, a spot opened up right next door to my apartment and where we were already operating out of. So we're moving into an old optometrist shop on Congress Street in Troy, New York, and we had the opportunity to turn it into a dual-use space. So Mike and I are going to have our manufacturing shop in the back of this large brownstone first floor. We'll have our office towards the middle where we can do all of our shipping out of, all of our product inventory, and some of the other stuff we have in the works. And in the front, here's where it gets really cool. For a couple months now, I've had a friend of mine cut my hair, and she's a third-generation barber. And when I say barber, she's one of those people that if you called her a hairstylist, she'd probably punch you in the face. She's an awesome, edgy gal, very, very respectful towards her career path in becoming a traditional barber. She's the kind of person to straight razor shaves, hot towel. When she does work with her clippers, she doesn't even use guides. She does everything freehand. So she's remarkably talented in bringing traditional barbering into Troy, New York, and the capital region, and growing in her community. And at the same time, too, we're co-locating our businesses so we can work together.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for that, actually. I had the opportunity to get a hot shave, straight razor shave in Vegas one year for SHOT Show, and I've been bugging Harry, like, I want to get another one. I hate shaving myself, so I'm very excited for the open house because I will come and I won't shave anything on my body. She can straight razor everything.
That sounds dangerous, but
Be
yeah,
careful.
we'll let her know.
She'll go after those eyebrows.
But no, we're really excited about the opportunity to work within a different industry. We'll kind of let the cat out of the bag, but Mike and I right now we're working on a line of beard oils, beard balms, aftershaves, and other men's products that we can offer through the barber shop locally as well as wholesale.
That's awesome. I mean, if you guys come up with some sort of pomade or something, I mean, I'll be all over that. I'll push that stuff hard for you.
We got a lot of fun stuff in the works.
How do you keep your beard so nice? I don't know. Nobody probably can see. Can't do it justice. But I got to touch it like a couple weekends ago, and it is seriously the nicest beard. I'm sorry, Mike, that I've ever seen. Like, if anybody beards, like, you need to beard like Bob do, because he nailed it.
Well, I gotta give some credit to our combs. Keeping well kept and groomed beard definitely makes a difference. Especially because we have those buddies who their girlfriends absolutely hate their beards, and then we get them one of our combs, and it steps up their game, and they make they change some opinions there. But also too, like we just said, when it comes to the oils and the other products we're going to be offering soon, that is part of the secret. So you guys got those to look forward to as well.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show, and we are going to continue on with the show here. If anybody has any extra questions for Bob and Mike, feel free to send them to me or post them on YouTube or the question and answer if you guys got that to work. And your guys listed your favorite drink is Garrison Brothers. I've had the opportunity to have some of that, and that is awesome. So I really appreciate that. And I'm going to let Erica do the retired stripper name for both of them. So why don't you share those?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, I mean, we all know that we have to do part-time jobs, some of us that own our own businesses and everything. So, Bob. Yeah, Bob.
Kickstarter doesn't fund everything, so
AKA Bob, Studley Do Right. I do like that one. And then Mike was previously called Luke Thigh-Walker. I like those.
That's awesome for all our Star Wars fans out there. Luke Thigh-Walker. That's a good one. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks again, Mike and Bob. Feel free to stick on and be a part of the rest of the show. We got a lot going on here. So our next topic up here is guns and gear, and that is all of us. So I'm going to give it over to Andy. Andy thinks he's having some technical difficulties, so let's see if we can get. Why don't you tell us a little about what you've got, what you want to talk about for guns and gear today?
All right, I'm back. You guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, turn your mic up if you can.
No, I can't.
Okay, that's good.
I can. There we go. All right. I want to talk about what I did today. I went to one of the local gun ranges here, invited by Winchester. Winchester is coming out with, or they have come out with, a new ammunition. It's called their Train and Defend line. I don't know what to think about it yet. What it is it's ballistically matched ammunition for training and defense. So it will be the same round, same low velocity on both the training and the defense. I don't know what to think about it. They say it's lower recoil for everyone. It is a low flash for nighttime use. Those are their big selling points. But what they did, they used a 380 and they shot a gelatin. It was a 10% gelatin solution, and they got 8 inches of travel in that with a 380, which is nice, but it was only a 10%. We shot it with a 45, and the 45 went 16 inches through it, all the way through out to the other.
Hey, Andy, I've got some people telling us that they can't hear you. Try unmuting you and unmuting yourself, and let's see what we can figure this out.
How about that?
I can hear you. I'm not
muted and unmuted again.
Interesting. I'm not really sure what would happen here. Oh, I turned you off.
Oh, you turned me off. There we
I'm
go.
gonna turn you back on. People are saying get a little closer to the mic, so maybe they can't. Maybe they just can't hear you.
No problem.
So talk louder. I mean,
All right.
okay.
Train and defend ammunition from Winchester. It is a ballistically matched ammunition, so you get the same recoil with the training ammunition as you do with the defensive ammunition. It's supposed to be better for lower recoil, lower muzzle flash, and but I found it a little bit weak. The 380 is a 950 foot-pound velocity. I don't know. It was a little weak. It went into we shot a gelatin, if you didn't hear this before, and it went in 8 inches, stopped, and then we shot it with a regular 45 defensive round, and that thing went all the way through this. So I think it was a little underpowered. Have you guys heard anything about the train and defend at all?
I think this is the same stuff that they actually demoed at SHOT Show. One of the SHOT Shows, they were doing this, or maybe it was one of the Gander Mountain Expos that I was at. But for some reason, I remember them releasing this train and defend, where your ammo that you train with is ballistically similar to your carry ammo, as opposed
Right. That's their big selling point, is the ballistically matched. I don't know.
Right. Well, you know, the point is that people are out there training with regular targeted ball ammo and
Yes.
are carrying hollow points. And I've always recommended for people that once or twice a year, take your carry ammo that you've been carrying every day, go shoot it at the range, and reload it with brand new stuff. It's worth the money, even though it's it might be $1 a round or $25 a box. It's absolutely worth it. I don't think people do that enough, honestly. I don't think I've ever been at the range and seen a lot of people, shoot hollow points. Have you guys?
No, very rarely do you see anyone using the hollow points at the range.
Last year we had an epic range day where somebody was shooting out to 300 yards with 357 SIG in their duty pistol, and they were ringing a 6-inch gong. So it was that was a unicorn moment.
That is pretty cool. And a lot of people don't understand that typically hollow points, especially guys that walk in and will buy plus P, there is actually an increase in recoil. So if you've never shot hollow points, absolutely get out there and shoot it, because it's, I'm not going to say it's like ridiculously different, but it's worth getting out there and shooting it for sure.
Absolutely.
What did you
definitely.
say the price point was on this ammo again?
It's the same. It's comparable to like the Hornady and stuff like that. It's comparable.
As far as more expensive than regular ball ammo, right? For your train.
Well, the training ammo will be comparable to their white box, and the defensive is like in the Hornady range.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think it's a good idea overall. A lot of people may continue to do what they do, but like I said, it's worth getting out there and shooting for just to get the feel of it for sure. I actually have something really cool to talk about. This past weekend, was it this weekend, Erica? Did we do it one?
Yeah.
Sunday,
this weekend.
So this past weekend,
Sunday.
finally was able to install my tactical walls hidden compartment. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I put up some pictures of it, and the guys over at Tactical Walls, if I remember correctly, the dude's name is Chris, was very cool. Met him in person finally at NRA show this year. We've been part in and out of social media. We've come across each other, but finally good to put a face with a name. Told him I was interested in checking one of these out and reviewing it, and so I got a hold of him via email. He sent one over, and it's actually really, really cool. I was unsure how the quality was and everything was going to be, but I was blown away. It's very cool. It's allowed us to, it installs on your wall in between your studs, 16 inches on center. Now for us, we decided to put it in a wall that already had a hole in it. Not that I get mad and put a hole in the wall, but no, I'm just kidding. It was from the handle of a door. However, the wall we picked to put it in had two studs about 24 inches apart. So I essentially had to build a stud inside the wall, and I ended up just boxing it in with studs because I had enough wood. However, other than that, though, the install could not have been easier. It made kind of a mess, but Erica was right there watching me do it. We did it, maybe 4 hours? We did the whole thing.
Yeah, we didn't get in a fight or anything the whole time. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So essentially, you first cut out the hole of your drywall, mount your outer frame right into the studs, and then you push these.
You said mount the studs.
You push these inserts into the drywall, and they more or less they friction fit in between your drywall hole, and then you.
It's all right.
You put some screws
in your hole.
So it took you 4 hours to mount the studs.
It took me 4 hours to push and friction fit and mount these studs. So
he was very thorough.
But it's a wife-approved product.
It's a wife-approved product. I had a ridiculous amount of stamina. I didn't go fall asleep afterwards. And anyways, it was cool. So the pros are it looks like a mirror when it's shut. I think it's cool. It opens easy with a little magnet, similar to like what daycares use and stuff. So what's odd is that that's the only option. I guess I wouldn't consider it a con, but I would have liked to see some sort of RFID or fingerprint recognition or some sort of electronic anything. Now, I find myself geeking out in my head that like if it activates with magnets, how hard would it be to just set up a little RFID thing that changes a solenoid and activates a little electromagnet to unlock it? That would be cool. I don't think it would be that hard for them to incorporate electronics into it. But either way, all the rifles and handguns are mounted in it via magnets. They're held against it, and it's out of sight, out of mind. I guess one major con is it's not actually locked. It is a magnet that would unlock it, and it's not. It's the whole point is the concealment, that you're not supposed to know what's in it. But if somebody were to know what was in it, they would just smash through the mirror and take what's in there. Erica, your thoughts on it after seeing it from a different standpoint?
I really like that it's nice looking. It looks like a piece of furniture in our room, not a gun cabinet. I get another mirror because I'm vain. No. But you have different finishes to pick from. You could pick from white or black or match your wood, the cherry or walnut finishes. It was very easy to install. The magnets were really great, though they're really, really strong magnets, and we broke one. And then if you accidentally get them stuck to something else, good luck getting it off unless you're the Hulk. That was the only thing that was a little frustrating was the magnets.
It felt like a Three Stooges episode every once in a while because every time I pulled off the magnets to go to mount them, it would stick to something else that was right there. And it was just it was driving me nuts. But you're right, though. They held strong enough to hold the guns against the wall there. So I think I like the product. I would give it a big Facebook thumbs up. And I think that I think everybody should give it a try. It's a little on pricey side. The one we had was $544 or $566, right around there. But buy once, cry once. If you're looking for something that you can sort of hide at quick access, it's in your bedroom, it's worth it. They've got all kinds of other products too. So check out their website, tacticalwalls.com. Erica, Guns and Gear, anything you've come across this week? I know people have reached out to you because last week we talked about you not being able to find a good holster.
Yeah, I got into some conversations and stuff with some other females and stuff about how it's a little frustrating, not just that we can't find a holster, but anything that we can find, it always seems to be discouraged at the range from any of the trainers. All of the trainers seem to focus that they have their specific carry points. A lot of them like appendix carry, and I understand the pros of it. But then after that, it's just like, well, no, you can't have it in a garter. No, you can't carry it on your back. No, you shouldn't do this. No, you shouldn't do that. So that, once again, still leaves me not carrying. So my question is still, is it better for me then? Okay, I won't carry because I can't conceal it, or do I carry it in a more unorthodox spot and I just learn to deal with that? So I guess this is posed to you and Mr. Andy as trainers, and any other trainer that's out there. Would you guys consider, offering maybe more techniques geared towards women who still want to dress like girls in dresses and skirts and in tighter fitting clothing?
Andy?
He's muted.
He's muted.
I got it. I heard this on another show very recently. She was a female instructor, and basically what the female instructors say is the stuff the guys use, the good stuff the guys use, is the stuff that the girls are using. Nothing special. I mean, just kydex, good kydex, keepers, concealment, make a really comfortable shield in the waistband. And they're using that stuff, and that's what they're preferring. They have tried the female-only line, the bra holsters, the off-body carry, and they keep going back to the top of the line, the good carry holsters.
Yeah.
Totally understandable. I guess, like I said, what's frustrating is that a lot of you guys are appendix only. You will only carry appendix. Are they carrying somehow differently?
No.
Mike, do you have any experiences with skinny jeans at all, or?
Maybe. I will say this, like, I carry appendix, but I find that because I haven't been watching what I eat, the bigger gut I get, the harder, obviously, it is to carry appendix. So I totally understand why a lot of people don't want to carry appendix, because it is easier to carry at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock physically. However, as far as actual quote-unquote tactics and getting to your holster fast, sure, appendix is definitely a better solution. But really, if you get out there and train with what it is, I would rather have somebody or a female have a firearm on them than not at all, just because they couldn't find what they wanted.
Well, Mr. Andy, I mean, if you want to give me any
So what I'm
recommendations
saying, Aaron,
first, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think you should just try to get a good quality holster and just run with it for, say, a week. Put up with it. You don't have to change your pant size with it with appendix. You really don't. There's plenty of room in there. And just try it.
Well, and this is
right.
I mean, if you switch down to like a shield.
This is what I love about our community. I just got a message from a Facebook friend of mine, local dude, former Rochester police officer, owns Cut Custom Leather. He said, let me know what is your carry gun, and he's going to try and make a run at something that'll work for you, Erica. Now, how cool is that?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I am willing to give it a shot. Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want to carry? You want to use your M&P Shield, something with that? You carry that?
Either that or the little 1911 there. I don't know.
938.
What about the Desert Eagle?
I think she should carry the Desert Eagle.
Appendix, right?
We have some friends that conceal carry a Desert Eagle, so it can be done.
Didn't we? I'm pretty sure I put that Desert Eagle into my pants at the range day.
Yes, yes, I wouldn't say that's concealed.
Yeah, you had it out there.
Yeah, but it was. I'll wear that shit to work tomorrow.
You gotta wear your Jenkos, not your skinny jeans.
Now you're dating yourself, Mike, because only a group of us here definitely remember that at high school.
You could carry your AR in your Jenkos.
The only thing I remember about those was that the pant legs were as big waist diameter as like most people's waists.
Even Bob's.
Yeah.
At that time, yeah. Maybe not now.
Well, cool. That's great. I think next week we'll revisit holsters again. I honestly think holsters is going to be a big topic for Guns and Gear. Typically, everything you see on the internet forums is people looking for the correct holsters. A lot of people are making Kydex these days, and there's a lot of multiple hybrid options. We still have, from last week we talked about, they're not right here. Last week we talked about the stealth gear. I still want to get out to the range and check those out and see how they are. So yeah, next week we'll, I think Guns and Gear will be a great part of the show. So next up, I have a great news topic to talk about, and I'm really glad Bob and Mike are on for this one, for the news topic I picked. I actually posted this on New York Firearms last night, I believe last night, and it was an article from WRGC that the Republican-led Senate this past Monday approved a bill finally changing the New York SAFE Act, and I think it's bullshit. I think, number one, it's not going to pass the House. Number two, it's basically dangling a carrot to the rest of us gun owners. And honestly, a lot of the people out there, sorry not sorry, but I think a lot of people out there are going to see this and be like, yeah, we're making small steps. But I see it, I'm like, fuck you, repeal the whole thing. What are you guys' thoughts? Especially Bob and Mike. I know you're big into the New York Unsafe and all that. So what do you guys think?
Well, for us, we do a lot of lobbying with our local sportsman's club, especially being out here in the Capital District. And really, it's a cop-out to make any sort of concession to the SAFE Act without full repeal. New York State, for those of you who don't know, is a state that already had a continuation of the Clinton-era assault weapons ban prior to the SAFE Act. So those of us who were still at the time shooting ARs and AK-style rifles, we had to have everything on our rifles pre-banned and had to go through extensive lengths without having an FFL to keep said rifles legal. And the fact that we were already under restrictive legislation before the SAFE Act passed that should have been repealed in and of itself, it leaves us to be terribly disappointed, but not surprised at the least as to what the state Senate's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys think it even has a chance of passing through the House? Even if it passed through the House, you think it'd pass Cuomo's desk?
Well, anything that goes through the Assembly right now, especially the democratically controlled Assembly, which is a joke in and of itself. I mean, anybody who's been following along with New York politics and is really seeing the corruption come to light that's present, particularly through the leadership in both the Senate, the Assembly, and from the governor's desk itself. It's all. We are very proud to say that we're New Yorkers. We're very proud to say that we were raised in upstate New York, and this is where we run our business. But we carry no pride in the men who represent us in Albany.
No,
except for a small handful.
The legislation that was passed this week in the Senate is just an attempt for those senators to be able to go back to their constituents and say, we tried.
Bingo.
And it is simply a we tried. It is not a we either did or we did not. It's just a weak we tried.
Yeah, I mean, I even got an email from our local representative saying that, oh, we did this. And I'm like, no, you didn't do shit.
And the response immediately should be, what is your next step? Why weren't you attacking the whole SAFE Act in general?
Yeah,
especially with the things that we're seeing going to light at the Capitol. I mean, all the shady things that Cuomo's doing, not like he wasn't doing them before, but the way that even the mainstream media now is picking up on and say, "Whoa, slow down! Like you came in as a governor purporting to lead one of the most transparent administrations ever. You started the Moreland Commission trying to root out corruption, and when all this shit turned on you, well, suddenly, okay, shut it down, delete the emails, pass legislation to delete the emails. Oh, anything that we want to send confidentially, we'll just send through BlackBerry Messenger instead. No, that's a complete disservice to the people, whether or not you are for or against the Second Amendment. As New Yorkers, they're really dropping the ball, and they're letting us down.
Yeah, and like I was reading some posts on New York Firearms about it, and it's like, we had our chance. We had our chance when we were strong in Albany. We had our chance to make some serious protests and make something happen, or at least make ourselves heard. But I think it's too late now. I honestly think anything that's going to happen is too little, too late, short of Cuomo getting indicted or something and getting him out of office completely.
Well, the big things we look at is everybody wants to share statuses on Facebook and try to change the world by yelling through their computer. And honestly, at the end of the day, guys, every time you take somebody out to the range who's never shot a gun before, you teach them properly how to handle a firearm and bring them into the shooting sports, that is a victory. So for the people who are getting disappointed that see that we're not moving forwards, we're not taking advancements, the people who aren't actually going out there writing letters to their elected officials, introducing people to the shooting sports in a positive light, and trying to share more of what we're passionate about the right way. Getting into screaming matches and demonizing people doesn't change their mind about anything, but actually showing them firsthand that does a lot.
And the size of the protests that we've had at the Capital region over the past year regarding the SAFE Act have been huge, to a point where after one of the protests, the state tried to come after our Sportsman's Club and charge them for damage to the lawn because so many people were standing out on the grass. They wanted our Sportsman's Club to pay for reseeding and redoing of the lawn. Well, that's not our fault when we have people when people are showing up.
When 10,000 people bust into Albany, that definitely says something. And at the end of the day, people become disappointed and apathetic. I mean, it goes without saying, the Democrats are playing the long game. They expect us to get tired. They expect us to get worn out. They expect us to kind of throw in the towel and move out of state.
Yep.
But every time, like I said, you guys take somebody out to the range who's never been introduced to the shooting sports before, and you can introduce them into a positive, safe manner. Every time you do that, it's a victory.
Oh, I agree 100%. And I think we actually talked about it on last week's show about bringing somebody who may not be a shooter out and taking them shooting. And that you're absolutely right. That is a win for people that are quote unquote on our side. And I think that's the right thing to do. Andy, what do you think about this? Good talk, Andy.
I didn't hear you.
I said, what do you think about it?
What do I think about it? Well, the only things that they did try to change were two bullshit things anyway. The background check for the ammunition, which isn't in place anyway. Where did that $23 million go?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what was the other?
Because
healthcare, I think, or the
mental health. I think the mental health reporting. Let's see. I just had it up here. They appropriated $27.7 million to create the database and do the ammunition background check. They were going to pull that. Also would amend the law for gifting of registered semi-automatic long guns to family members, but still would have to go under a background check. Another change was the gun registrations would not be public. And I believe requires mental health issues involving gun owners would have to be clarified, which
So
I think is smart.
when you see $23 million disappear, it's like, can we put that towards mental health counseling and support?
Well, how's this for transparency on numbers? Governor Cuomo, who's, in my opinion, a spineless individual who's only seeking out his own benefit, he raced to launch the SAFE Act before the president could address the nation following the tragedy in Newtown. Now, this is the same governor who recognizes that we had a national tragedy that was the result of the mishandling of a mentally ill individual. And instead of addressing our mental health care system in New York State, right around that time he cut $240 million from that budget, of which after protest he reinstated $200 million. But you would think that the initiative would be to address mental health care and to provide more support through those budgets. They did the exact opposite. He went through and he slashed and burned it. So at the end of the day, that further goes to show how self-serving our governor was in going before the nation and introducing ridiculous legislation without any oversight, just to put himself in the spotlight and try and make a presidential bid.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is all setting himself up for something. Erica,
Hopefully further federal investigations.
Absolutely. Erica, what do you think? Did you get a chance to read the article that was posted on New York Firearms?
I didn't. I'm sorry. I was looking actually at the article that you posted about the not being able to advertise and talk about guns and firearms and blueprints and stuff like that. That kind of got me a little confused. I mean, is that really real? Is that a real thing? Nobody knows about this? I just saw it a little bit on Facebook.
It was posted in the Federal
Yes.
Register, but it's just like any other thing, it's gonna get swept under because not enough people are talking about it. That's why I post about it like every day, because it truly affects me personally. It affects a lot of my friends who run blogs, and it's hidden in some legislation that if we don't do anything about it by August 3rd, it's just going to get pushed through, jammed through under executive action by ITAR and the State Department, and there's not much we can do.
Is this only affecting like manufacturers, people that are selling or stuff? I mean, can like Joe Schmo post like, "Hey, look, going shooting with the family," or is that illegal now too? And nobody can post up pictures of their firearms because they think that it's going to get sent overseas, and then people are going to deconstruct shit.
So for anybody who hasn't read this or doesn't know about it, sorry, start reading shit. But what happened is basically I wrote an article on my blog on the inkedupgunfighter.com. Head over there and take a look at it if you get a chance to, because I think it's important for everybody to read it. But basically, the gist of it is that the State Department came out and released in a June 3rd public Federal Register saying that the ITAR is going to be modified as part of the Export Control Reform Initiative. And basically what it is saying is that any of these sites like CNC Guns or forums that are like how-tos on gunsmithing or modifying guns or building guns or anything to do with guns, posting up pictures like our friend Gun Collector, or posting up anything that is a close-up enough picture that somebody could reverse engineer something. Anything posted to the internet is now could be considered export, and that is going to suck because they're saying it could carry a sentence of up to 20 years and a fine of up to $1 million.
So
Now,
does that go after the small aircraft engine mechanic if he's sending photos to his buddies of the jet engine that he's working on? Like,
it's scary because it could come down to any of that. It could any internet transmission that could be seen or read by a foreign national, both in the country and out of the country, could now be considered exporting.
It's pretty scary stuff.
Absolutely. So Let's take a second. I'm gonna turn it over to Andy for medical and prepping, and I am gonna go ahead and have Erica prep the stuff for drink of the week, and we are gonna do drink of the week right after Andy's done with medical prepping, and we'll go right into tech corner after drink of the week. Go ahead, Andy.
Hopefully I'm back and my internet is better. What I got this week, the FDA has just approved a new CPR device. What they're calling it the Rescue Pod and the Rescue CPR. It's what it does. It's supposed to double the volume when you're doing CPR. So on the down, when you're doing CPR, when you push down, it pushes the blood flow around the body. And the up doesn't really do anything. What this does, it's a giant suction. It's like it's like a giant suction on your chest, and it comes up, and it's supposed to increase it by at least 50%. They're supposed to get 25% more blood flow to the brain. On their YouTube video, they said there was one department who was testing it for the last year, and they said when they did it, many times people would just automatically wake up when they were doing CPR, start talking to them. They would stop the CPR and they'd go back because they said the CPR was so good it just brought them back to life. I don't know about that, but it's kind of cool. I got a picture of it if I can show it right here. Does that work? There we go. How's that?
Yep.
So the device goes, you have to use it in combination with the rescue mask and the pump. I don't know if you can use just one or not, but it does double the blood flow to the heart, increases the brain by 50%. It doubles the systolic blood pressure. I find that hard to believe, but that's what they say. Survivability has gone up 25% more, and the likelihood of defibrillation is increased because it's a shockable rhythm. It's kind of neat. What do you Hudson brothers think about that? You're muted.
Yeah, we're back. So in CPR, when you start performing chest compressions, you're typically separating the sternum from the ribs. You're actually breaking the person's ribs. When you push down, it's nice that it's squeezing your heart. It's like squeezing like water out of a bottle or something like that. But you need that heart to bounce back. Typically, the muscle, when it's responding properly, when a person has an active heartbeat, is able to draw that blood back in. By being able to pull up on the chest cavity, you should be able to draw the heart open and increase that blood flow. I think it's pretty neat. What I'm kind of curious about now is how does this help somebody who's in a rush to perform CPR with their positioning? So in the past, anybody who's CPR certified or had to perform CPR knows that you have to be aware of where you place your hands on the sternum to make sure you don't break the xiphoid off the bottom of the sternum and potentially cause other damage. Is this something that you have to, in a rush, cut open a person's shirt to be able to make sure that you can get to the chest properly to have suction, to be able to use? Is it going to help hand positioning? You could run into issues with women where if you go to do the work, if they have an underwire bra on, is that going to get in the way of performing actions? So
yeah, this is definitely a tool that you have to totally strip and even shave the chest to get a good seal with that. It's like the old school defibrillators where you had to shave some areas or you get the smoke going between them. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see if, as now that it's been approved by the FDA, see what paramedics start carrying it and what we start to see as their response as they start treating more traumas.
Yep. Sounds good.
Cool. Well, thanks for that, Andy. Anything else as far as medical or prepping this week?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. I know we're running late on time here, so let's smoke through some of this other stuff here. Well, let's go ahead and do drink of the week before we get into Tech Corner. I got something really cool coming up for Tech Corner. I think everybody's going to be interested in. So, this drink of the week. So everybody who's listening, I hope you went out and got your supplies because this week is Manhattan's, and I'm excited. I already made Erica one. She's half in the bag already. and I saved mine for making it on the show here. So part of what we wanted to do is we like talking about whiskey and bourbons, and I've been to some distilleries, and I think this is cool. We wanted to make it a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make a quick Manhattan, and the way I like it. It's not going to be up. It's going to be on the rocks, and just follow along here. If you got the stuff, cool. If you got any questions, also cool. So here we go. So first things off, we got a shaker. You can get it anywhere. I filled it with ice. Just filled it up with ice. What we're going to do is I'm going to take some rye whiskey, straight rye whiskey, and I picked this 1776 here for obvious reasons. And hey, Erica, can you grab me the cup with the measuring stuff on it?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll be right there.
We're shaking. So cool. While she grabs that, the other thing you want to get ready is a glass just with some fresh ice in it. And this is just a rocks glass with some fresh ice. The other things you're going to need for this are your Angostura Bitters, and you'll need a cherry for garnish, Wegmans cherries. And for Manhattans, you're going to need sweet vermouth. And this is just standard sweet vermouth that I got while I was out today. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and measure out about 2.5 ounces of the whiskey.
That's 5 ounces if you want to do a double Manhattan.
Oh, cool.
It's almost the weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Why not? I'm going to make the single because I don't have a big cup. So with the 2.5, I'm going to take the whiskey and pour it into the shaker. And I got this really cool little cup thing from Wegmans today. It's a little measuring cup that measures at an angle. So I'm going to use that to measure out 3/4 of an ounce of the sweet vermouth.
Is it very important to be precise, Mike, or just throw it in?
I'm never precise with my liquor making. As long as it tastes good, it's cool. I try to be a little more on the precise side with the vermouth because I can handle straight whiskey. If you start adding some crazy stuff to it, it may start tasting like shit. So
nobody likes straight vermouth.
No. So we're gonna take the vermouth and add it to the shaker as well.
I've met a couple Italians who like straight vermouth.
And now that we got
Straight
that,
bitters,
I'm gonna take the bitters. These are Angostura Bitters. You can get it pretty much anywhere. And it calls for like a dash. I do like 2 or 3 dashes in the shaker, just so you can see what I mean. I'm just gonna do like 1, 2, 3. And with that, we're gonna shake it up over the ice that's in there. And then we're going to pour it over our fresh ice. Oops, sorry, I forgot my strainer. Pour it over our fresh ice. And then we're just going to garnish it with the cherry. Sweet cherry. And that's it. There's your Manhattan. So cheers, everybody. Hope you made it along with me. Or you can watch our replay. Maybe you're watching it on a weekend, and it'll work for you. So bottoms up. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. I
Mike, I got
early, so mine's almost empty.
I got a cocktail nerd you for a moment, Mike. As a few of you guys know, I used to be a bartender for a while and a micro distiller. But You guys have out in Rochester area Fee Brothers that makes a fantastic line of all sorts of different styles of cocktail bitters.
Really?
They've been in the game since 1864.
That sounds awesome. They're local to us?
Yeah, they're out in Rochester. So
cool. We're going to have to look them up. Maybe they'll send us some stuff to try out on air or something.
definitely check them out. Awesome product.
Cool.
But just about anybody can get a hold of Angostura. That's the most common bitters in America.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Cool. Well, let's move on to Tech Corner because I'm really excited for what I found today, and I actually came across it on LinkedIn. So some of you guys out there might have seen it, maybe not. I follow a lot of geeky stuff, so I think it's pretty cool. But it's actually a brand new product coming out from Microsoft. And there's a lot of cool. Apparently, it's been in production for a long time, and it's called the Microsoft HoloLens. And it's very, very cool. And finally, what it's doing is essentially untethered, see-through holographic computer. Like use your hands, manipulate stuff in 3 dimensions. You know, Mike, you probably could totally geek out on this. You know, seeing stuff in like SolidWorks or Blender or any 3D animation software, but like seeing it on your desk. Think about it from an industrial design standpoint. It's very, very cool, and you can actually find it on the internet, Microsoft.com/Microsoft-HoloLens. It's quite badass. It basically makes you look like Geordi LaForge from Star Trek. And it's basically supposed to be enabled with Windows 10 that's coming out. And they're saying it's going to come out confirmed end of July, like July 29th, which is quite a tight, time frame considering that prototype basically got released today, and they're going to try and get this out in time. According to most of the articles, they're saying it's going to be significantly more expensive than a game console, and so Xbox One runs like $400. So I'd have to imagine anywhere between $500 to $1,500. Have any of you guys even seen this yet?
I had just pulled up on my phone. It's that fresh, so pretty cool checking it out.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It literally today, I think, was one of the big announcements.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I got to check that out. I know they got rid of the Google Glass.
That's
so maybe,
gone?
Yep. They said they're not going to produce the Google Glass. The test period went on. They stopped it. Maybe they're putting more of this into their basket. I don't know.
Maybe. I didn't even get a chance to play with any Google Glass. Had any of you guys?
Nope. So this is like it augments reality, but it makes the screen displayed in front of your glasses. So it wraps around and it has like, I don't know, an acrylic shield or whatever that it seems like it's projecting onto.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I feel like you'd have to be in Total Recall or something to use it. Well,
they have on the website is very impressive. If it's anything like that, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see technology move forward for this. One reservation I have is just that, like, the price of technology is just astronomical for the state of our economy right now. And I totally get that we need to keep pushing the barriers for technology, but, like, why can't we push the barriers to make good technology way cheaper or way smaller? I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, so this being a kind of a first-generation product from Microsoft, it'll, just like their gaming consoles, it's going to enter at a big price. So if it's $500-600, you can probably expect this within the next year or two to come down in price significantly.
Yeah, that's very true. So, cool. Well, that's all I got for tech. I mean, unless anybody has any questions. For some reason, the questions aren't working still. Feel free to hit us up YouTube or hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, anything. Hit us up if you guys got questions. Hopefully next week we'll have the standard Q&A working again. tech stuff. Anything you want to add, Andy, tech-wise?
Nope. I do have a couple things on the YouTube here. Redbeard Tactical says, Mike, your microphone is not big enough, so you need a bigger microphone.
Could you read some of the Tactical Outfitters comments?
About him carrying a rape whistle and Gideon's Bible. That's what.
That's a good one, but there's more.
The Cube game is very strong. That one. Where are all the white women at?
Oh, well.
You gotta say it a little sassier on that, Andy.
I know. I'm very white when it comes to that one. A lot of people saying hi, but nothing. No real questions being asked right now.
Mounting studs and dry holes is Mike's forte.
Yes, absolutely.
Was that back to the RPI days or what?
What else was I gonna do? Thank God I found someone like Erica at Russell Sage. Am I right?
Yeah, that's why I went to Russell Sage. I needed to find me a
Proper husband.
engineer there. Yeah, exactly. It was on the tour. They said 80% of women at Russell Sage will marry an RPI engineer. I shit you not. That was on the tour. Okay, worked out well for
You
me.
can get your bachelor's and your MRS degree.
Yes. All right, let's let me. We're almost done, but we have our absolute favorite segment coming up. And let me get it ready for you guys.
You know what?
Oh, here we go. Who's excited?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
everybody's favorite part of our show. Erica, tell us.
You know what really grinds my gears?
So this week, I do a lot of driving around Rochester, around Webster, and all that other kind of stuff. So it's summer, and you know what comes out in the summer? Bicyclists. Yay! Great! I have no problem sharing the road with all of you bicyclists, but can you move over? Because seriously, you hug that white line, and I don't want to kill you, okay? Why do they have to ride right on it? Right on the line. There's a whole lane made for you. Can you get into the middle of it? Not just right on the edge there. So yeah, bicyclists this week really grind my gears. It's been nice out and you're all out and I really want you to stay alive. So maybe move over, okay? That's what grinds my gears.
Oh, that's funny.
Hilarious.
So on a serious note, please watch out for bicyclists. On my way home from work today, I passed an accident scene where a cyclist had been hit by a pickup truck. His bike was pretty mangled, and ambulance service was just arriving. He looked like he was in pretty rough shape side of the road.
Maybe he shouldn't ride the line, okay? I'm not saying
New York State pedestrian law asks that you have to give 3 feet between the closest location on your car, typically your side mirror, and the cyclist. So if you can't give a cyclist 3 feet, you're not giving them enough room.
Sounds like
why can't they move
right,
over?
smart.
What? Their bike is this big. My vehicle
like Mike's a
this
cyclist.
big. It's huge,
Do I look
okay?
like a cyclist?
I can see Mike on his big wheel bike, the big wheel in the front.
Oh, that would be awesome, Mike. Can we get you one of those giant front wheel bikes, like with the mustache and stuff?
It'll be solar electric powered.
Erica runs him off the road on a shaker.
Yeah, Erica will come through with her Mini Cooper and just run over Mike.
She'll go right underneath
Seriously.
it.
Smack his top hat right off.
Yeah. Oh, my monocle.
I've got big extremes. I've either got the huge monster truck that I drive, or I drive the Mini Cooper, and you know, neither one. I just can't. Why can't you move over? I don't understand.
Well, we appreciate it, and as always, our favorite segment.
You know what really grinds my gears?
So thanks, everybody, for dealing with Erica and everything that...
You know what really grinds my gears?
It's soothing.
It is. I mean, everybody is, biting their nails from the beginning of the show till their favorite part of the show.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Sorry, that's my favorite thing. Cool. So, next up, we have the weekly YouTube video. And I forgot to pick a YouTube video. I thought I had one. All right, I'll talk about. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite YouTube videos. Let me bring it up here, and I've literally watched like every single one in the last 3 days, and they're awesome. And we are going to. I'm going to play one of them, but I have been watching all of them. I'm not really sure I watched. Can you guys hear that or no?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, definitely can hear that.
You can hear all of it? Okay.
What about that one with the chicks with the power tools?
What chicks with the power tools?
You've never seen that music video?
Maybe.
Just search chicks with power tools.
Oh, is that the Benny Benassi one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. All right, here you go, guys. This is my YouTube video.
Dear Diary, it has occurred to me today that my dearest human has never sniffed my backside. I must bond with him in different ways. Like my father always used to say, if you want someone to look you in the eye, make sure that your mouth smells exactly like your butt. It's difficult to argue with that logic. And so I have eaten some rotting earthworms in preparation for my dear human's return, as well as one of his socks. Dear Diary, it's not so much that I miss my testicles. I know it's a rite of passage in our pack, and I'm sure that my dear human has had his removed as well. But when that one bulldog comes to the dog park and parades his testicles around, I can't help but notice how Ginger looks at them. I love Ginger. To be fair, I will admit, he has a fine-smelling butthole. Dear Diary, the cat is a curious, magical creature. It's as if a teddy bear mated with a cactus, and it's much less fun to play with than it would appear. And yet it poops delicious candy into a box of pea-flavored sprinkles. Most human guards these treats jealously, often harvesting them into a barrel. But I will admit that I sneak one from time to time. They are delicious. Forgive me. This is the 733rd day that I have tried to test what Kat swore to me was true. Namely, that if you hump anything long enough, you will find a vagina. So far, there's vagina.
Oh my God, it sounds like college.
I'm almost that I felt something on the brown teddy bear. More tests are needed. Dear Diary, I have yet to see my dearest human poop anywhere. I suspect he may not know how. I have resolved to try and teach him when we patrol the neighborhood each day in search of men with hats and beards. It is embarrassing to do in public, but he must learn somehow. I fear he will die of constipation if I don't succeed. Fortunately, my dearest human seems to show some interest and is now collecting my feces in a small bag. Soon. Dear Diary, I must be more careful when licking my genitals. My dearest human seems sensitive about it, most likely because he's incapable of licking his own. His ability to be so noble, despite what I can only imagine are filthy, filthy genitals. He hides them every day. Dear Diary, today I have added a fourth circle to my pre-pooping ritual. As before, the first circle is to verify that I do in fact need to poop. The second is to check for gremlins and men with beards and hats. The third is to recount time for pooping. And now the fourth is to honor my newly deceased toy. Stuffed llama, rest in peace. I didn't mean to shake your head off. Dear Diary, I told the cat about how my dearest human has promoted me, teaching me to shake so I can participate in his business dealings. However, Cat pointed out that I'm often unaware of what I'm shaking on. For example, when I shook the neighbor's hand this morning, I have no clue what I agreed to. None. Cat says this is how the devil buys souls. I will Dear Diary, my dearest human asked me where the ball was when it was clearly in plain sight. I brought it over, and he threw it even farther away, then asked me where it was, and was very happy when I brought it again. Perhaps a metaphor? Dearest human leaves each day, and I am happy when he returns. Wait, maybe he is the ball, and I am dearest human. This is too much. I must be on the bed.
That is our lovely Z Frank from YouTube, and that's my YouTube video of the day. So I don't know.
What's up with men with hats and beards?
I don't
Why are
know.
we always looking for them?
Can't confirm they scare dogs and small children.
Right. So cool. Well, that's pretty much it for today's show. What do you got coming up this weekend, Mr. Andy?
This weekend, probably hitting the range, doing a couple YouTube videos.
I'm probably going to be at the range Sunday morning if you wanted to go and do some videos for more drills and stuff.
Quite possible, yeah.
All right. Ari, tell us what you have going on this weekend.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to make it. I know you have a trip scheduled for tomorrow, but Saturday and Sunday, this is recital week for me. So all my dance girls, we have dress rehearsal Saturday. If you're late, I'm going to be angry, except for the ones that I know that have graduations and all that kind of stuff.
I can't not go on Saturday. My girl Rachel's going to bring the little Frenchie for me to play with.
Yeah, you have a buddy. You have a play date.
I do.
So don't be late, okay, back from your little trip.
I will.
But then, yeah, recital is on Sunday. It's the real deal. We finally do our year-end thing, and then I start all over again right after that, get ready for classes next year, and dances, and choreography, and all that kind of stuff.
Cool, cool. Bob and Mike, what do you guys got going on this weekend?
More general labor in the shop. And maybe drinking some beer.
You guys are not exciting.
Drinking beer, shooting things, hanging drywall.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much it.
I was going to say, are you going to go down to the Ruck?
Well,
Maybe a trip to Home Depot. We'll see if we have time.
Bed Bath and Beyond, you know.
Oh man, I wish I could live with you guys.
Couch opens anytime.
Well, so speaking of couch open, what I'm doing this weekend is tomorrow, right after my day job, I am getting on the road and heading to Albany. I am getting tattooed at Fastlane Tattoo, finally, finish up my thigh tattoo and probably adding some color to my macaw feathers on my arm.
Nice.
I would love to meet up with you guys for some ruck drinks. And
I'm expecting a phone call and some chicken wings. So
I will.
let's do it.
So let's do some chicken wings, and I will pass out on your couch.
Sweet.
Other than that, I'm coming back Saturday, and I'm gonna hit up dress rehearsal for Erica's ballet this weekend, and then hopefully Sunday morning I'll be out at the range, either with Mr. Andy or not, but either way. I got a couple drills lined up that I want to do for some more crash and burn videos, and that's about it. Mr. Andy, how can everybody get a hold of you and reach you, find you, follow you? Go.
Andy Dickinson on Instagram, and follow me on Facebook at Andy Dickinson also.
Cool. Erica, go.
Yeah, just like my little banner says there, Erica Santola on Instagram, on Facebook, it's Erica Boren-Santola. Twitter, I think it's the same thing, Erica Santola.
Cool. And Bob and Mike, how can everybody reach? How can they buy your cool wares? How can they follow you on the social medias? Go.
Well, you guys can keep up with us on Instagram at Hudson Design and MFG, or check us out at our online store at brasspile.com.
Cool. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show, and I hope.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Absolutely, and I hope
thanks,
everybody
guys. Thanks for
goes
coming.
check them out. Brasspile.com. Make sure you get your comb. Send us pictures, and we'll send them on their way. I will probably.
It'll be a good Father's Day present.
Very true. Great Father's Day
Wink
present.
nudge.
So cool. All right, you guys can find me at Mike Santola on Instagram, Twitter. You can follow the show at Crash and Burn TV or on Google Plus, Crash and Burn TV show. Make sure you guys head over to our YouTube page. You can find it linked from our website, crashandburn.tv, or anywhere else. Hopefully we'll have an actual website up by next show. And give us a subscribe for more videos, and let us know what you think. Give us some topics. Let us know what you want to talk about. And once again, thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it, and catch the replay later on. And cheers. Have a good night, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Power tools.
Good night.
You got it. Salute.